Give it a try, but not a shot.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen from Canoga Park, California, 4:58 p.m. We're trying this again. We're having some audio issues, so we're here to test that out. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Can you hear us?
Yeah, I'm not going to talk anymore until I know you can hear us.
Anyway, what are we going to tell the people about today?
Oh, well.
Much better. They can hear it.
All right.
Yes.
Live.
Gosh, I fixed it, ladies and gentlemen.
So
I got out my little tool pouch.
Let's start from the top.
And I screwed the screws in, and I pointed the clank into the thing, and I got it done.
You did nothing. You sat here and talked to Lauren.
You are correct. I did nothing. So we had one hell of a 10 days, and we are back in the studio now. And I just want to say this one thing. We went with, what was it, 10 of us? And you and I were the older part of the group.
Yes.
And we got back, and the next morning, even though we got back late at night, Galen and I were in the office. All the young guys, every one of them, couldn't get out of bed the next day. They were sleeping. They dragged in 2 days later. They had baggy eyes. Us old guys are the shit.
Well, maybe that says something for the amount of practice we have.
Boom.
These guys only go out once a year anyway.
True. Well, not
No,
Josh, but he's still a young guy.
Oh, yeah, he was down and out too, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was all tore up.
Well, I did ride, 400 miles solo, 750 for the day.
We kicked him out.
And then when I got home, instead of going to bed at 8, I stayed up for 10 hours until 6 a.m. to make sure there was an upload for you guys to watch.
That was after he was with his girlfriend.
No, I got home that night. No, I don't. Okay. I got home that
Taylor.
night. The next day, a friend of mine, we hung out at 2 p.m. when I woke back up.
Taylor, would you give us a comment if he's lying?
Well, all right. We'll push Josh a little bit aside. All the other young guys are still not back at work today. So.
Right.
No.
Yeah. So they can still hear us?
But what an
so.
adventurous 3,800 miles.
So 3,800 miles of fun.
Yeah, we did almost 1,500 of it. Josh just mentioned we did 700 the day before and 750, so 1,450 in 2 days. Not too bad.
Right.
Not too bad.
Right. And we rode off into the sunset as we came home and into the darkness.
Yeah, and I have to tell you, just it was a pretty darn good ride. I mean, we had a few things happen, but what was also kind of cool is last Thursday we did the live from the house in Sturgis.
That was great.
Got like 7,000 views on that thing.
That
That's
was
pretty dang good.
We had some special guests barge in, and
Yeah.
I got iced.
You got iced.
I learned about ice.
I got iced before they came in. I mean, they got
Josh
me
got
up.
iced too.
I got
though.
ice. I iced myself, but
Yeah, I don't know how that worked. He just iced himself.
I was trying to drink, so
Yeah. So
what's new?
Yeah, so you do a lot of riding, you do a lot of walking, you do a lot of. It amazes me that across this country, finding really good food in a lot of towns is hard. I mean, you can find all your fast foods and this and that, but if you want to sit down and have a nice, you can't really. Depends where you are.
I don't know. I mean, we get people commenting on our food.
Well, that's because we're not going across vast. Maybe we are. I don't know.
I mean,
Okay,
Yellowstone
how many times
and back.
did you eat French fries and burgers on this trip?
Well, that was a choice.
What if you didn't eat
I
that?
I had like the one day I had I just did the burger itself, no fries, no bun.
But if you wanted to have,
I just don't think we looked in the right spots.
the grilled chicken sandwich,
Yes.
hard to find.
Even at the restaurant that has it. Remember that last night?
Yeah. Well, the last night in Sturgis, I got a grilled chicken sandwich, and it was really half of a hockey puck filled with cardboard and a huge bun.
I had a taco salad with no dressing, and it
I
was
had-
actually pretty good.
I had a chicken salad with no chicken. So
Yeah, that's true. You did get that.
but he did bring us too many beers on accident, which was great.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he didn't charge us for that. He felt bad.
The
'cause
wings were good.
I don't know, because the young guys ate
Ate
them
ours.
all.
Yeah.
Galen ordered some wings, and the young guys just gone. But
that was good. We stayed in
yeah.
because we were going to go to the Kid Rock concert, and that would have ended at probably 12 or 1, and then
They
right
were,
on the dirt road to try to get out of the chip, and then try to get up early in the morning and leave. That just wouldn't probably have worked.
it would have been a little brutal, but
For the kids, maybe.
right, we could have done it.
Yeah.
So the trip started out funky because we wanted to go through Glenville on the I-70, and we were looking forward to going to Doc Holliday's gravesite, and
Yeah.
that kind of stuff. But
Glenwood
mudslide.
Springs. Yeah.
One thing that I noticed across the whole country is everything's green.
Yeah, well, there's been a lot of rain lately.
Yeah.
But last year's rain created, last year's rain, and then there was a huge fire
Right.
up through that area, and so when this rain came in this year, it just washed everything down. And we got hooked up last year. We couldn't go where we wanted to go, so we had to go up into Steamboat Springs,
Right.
which I highly recommend. That was a great little town up in there.
The steam train went by that we pulled into town.
No,
That
not
was
the steamboat.
the train
Yeah.
when we were in Durango, last year.
Yeah. Well, you mean this year too?
Yes, yes. But we did do something cool though. We had to divert our way, and I ended up getting to walk around in Williams, Arizona again.
Yeah. Yeah. So instead of going up the I-70 all the way through, we ended up taking the 40. We actually jumped in the Colorado River
Yeah,
because it was 115, so they tell me.
yeah.
And then we headed into Williams and spent the night there, which was cool. I dropped my phone, had to get a new phone, which was just a bummer. But Williams is always a fun town for us.
Yes.
And what happened with that whole phone deal?
Well, I was trying to chase some guys into Kingman,
Aha.
and I thought they kept going, because I saw some bikes up ahead of me. By the time I finally caught them, I realized it wasn't our crew. And then it started to rain, so I pulled over real quick, put my jacket on, took off. Like 2 minutes later, rain stops, so I'm like, I don't want to stop again because I need to catch these guys. Pulled the jacket off, and as I was lifting my arm, I hit the damn phone mount, and off she went.
So your phone was shattered.
She was roached.
Roached out phone. Now,
Completely
mind
roached.
you, he's gone. We can't find him for like an hour now.
Right.
We're wondering where the heck he is, what he could have gone. So we actually pull into the hotel in Williams,
Yeah.
and he's not there either.
No.
And he can't contact us. And it's just a whole crazy thing. Finally, he contacted us.
Because Williams, I stopped in Williams and I tried to find a phone there, even if it was a burner.
Right.
No phones. So I had to go to Flagstaff to the Verizon store there, which thank you guys, that was great help. But once I got to the store, I called Teresa. She was talking to you, so we were all good.
Yeah, so Teresa called me, and I'm like going, he took off ahead of us. I think it's fine. She heard trucks going by his phone at one point, but that's because it was laying on the grass. It was still on, obviously.
She may have heard one because it has actually bent
Yeah.
where it went around on a tire.
Yeah, I've never seen a phone as blown up. So anyway, that's how we started. It was a big worrisome, where's our buddy? We can't find him. Do we have to go back and circle back and do some ditch combing? You know.
Well, I may have missed the part where we said we're getting off in Kingman.
We were going to take Peach Springs up around.
Yeah, I may have missed that part.
He may have missed it.
So I don't know whoever the road captain was at that point.
You. Hey, you were in front. You
No,
guys
I
were.
was in the middle.
Well, whoever was in front, they
and
kept
then,
going.
Boom. So it was Josh and
It was me,
Luke.
Dom, and Luke, and maybe Cole.
so you know how fast they like to ride. I don't like to ride that fast.
Well,
so
you.
So the guys that knew where they were going, most of them should have, because I said, you get off here. We got off knowing we were going to
if
go.
I would have got off there, I would still have my old phone.
Yes, yes.
I mean, this really sucks.
Yes. But anyway,
But I got
luckily
the
no one
12.
got hurt. That was a non-hurting
Yeah, that's not a bad
incident. And we ended up having a great time in Williams. We had great dinner. That was a good dinner spot. We did the zip line
We did the
zip
zip line.
line.
in the darkness. That was kind of cool.
Yeah, that was funny.
Yeah.
I would have never thought I would do the zip line in Williams, Arizona.
Did we know where we were going at that point, or were we still like everyone was deciding which way should we go from here?
No, we kind of knew. Like
Yeah.
we needed to get up into, we were trying to push through to maybe Lusk.
Right. Oh, right.
But then the next day, as we were getting out, we had a little bit of a problem, and thank God everything's okay.
Yeah.
Had one of our riders take a spill, and man, spent a few hours kind of dealing with that.
And good thing we kind of know what's up, and we took care of him, and he did have to be helicoptered out, but he only had a broken leg.
And we love him.
Yep. And
he's back home now.
yeah, everyone's good, and he gave us a middle finger and said, "Go on your trip now, boys, and keep going."
Yeah, get going. He's a strong kid, I'll tell you.
Yeah. So we took off out of there, and the trip continued.
Well, it did, and when you're on kind of the reservation, and it took a while for people to get there. It just,
Right.
And then the antics that go along with that's kind of crazy too. And I was a little disappointed in the couple. They didn't come over. They didn't check on him. They
I think they were scared out of their mind.
probably, but still. At least, come over when the ambulance gets there and say, everything good? And, I don't know.
Yeah. No,
I mean, we were not yelling and screaming, and
Nope.
so it's not like we were trying to blame and freak them out.
Right.
Despite it being,
Yeah.
I'd say their fault, but
Definitely
anyways,
their fault.
Yeah.
Well, they didn't have taillights on their trailer or truck.
No brake lights, no tail lights, no blinkers, and they slammed on the brakes.
And Josh and I were up front,
I was in front.
and it was a close call for us.
Yeah.
Right.
So
But anyway, so that was sad and unfortunate. But as we started getting into, was it Cortez, where we stopped just
I think
before
so.
Durango?
Yeah.
Got outside that little town, and the W3, Luke all of a sudden has no throttle.
Right.
So he broke the throttle, and it's an automotive throttle body, so it's not one you can just get off the shelf.
And just so you know, the W3 is a custom-built V-twin, but it's actually three-cylinder heads.
Three-cylinder heads,
So
yeah.
it's very special, custom, and this is why throttle cable's not on a shelf at a Harley dealer.
Right. But luckily, we had the 05 Dyna with us that has the push-pull throttle cables, and we yanked one of those off and jimmied up on the W3, and I think he actually liked it better.
He was
He
stoked.
thought it was a little more responsive.
Right, take it easy. Let's get into Durango, and he ripped.
Yeah,
he turned
God.
into the speed racer, and that thing has 150 horsepower.
175, 175.
175, 175.
Horse and torque.
Yes.
So he's got some pull. I mean, he barely cracks that, and he is on the rail. He is gone.
And what's a trip is he doesn't have the loudest exhaust on there.
Right.
So when you're messing around or if he's having a little fun, he's just gone. That's it. You just
Well,
see him when he's gone.
it's really cool that he doesn't have the loudest exhaust, because loud exhaust doesn't mean your bike's going to go faster.
Well, that bike goes fast. I don't care what you got on it.
Right.
No exhaust. That'd be pretty wild.
It would not. It'd
Yeah,
blow up.
yeah. And then Durango was cool. We got in there, had some dinner, which was great.
What was it? Strader Hotel.
Yeah. Louis L'Amour
Yeah.
actually wrote books in the Strader Hotel. He had a special suite. If you go to our Durango drop, you'll see we did a little interview in front of the door, and the dude opened the door.
Right. Not Louis.
No,
But you could stay in
The
it.
guest opened the door, and he's like, "Do you want to come in and take a look at the room?" And we were like, "Yeah, that'd be great." And they have it set up where they had some of his books and different things in there. It's
And he actually
really
wrote
cool.
there, right?
Yeah, he wrote
Yeah,
a number of novels in there.
His table, the whole thing. I mean, it's just, this is what, the 7th time or 6th time we've gone to Sturgis?
6th time.
And the adventures, we've taken a different route every way,
We have.
every time, every year.
Although
It's-
we came back the same way we came back last year,
Yes,
this time.
yeah. Because we had a mission,
Yeah, Luca's birthday.
yes, homeward bound.
But yeah, that was pretty cool. So we did 2-lane it, most of it.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
it was, it kind of worked out. Luke was a little bummed that we were going to do the 70,
Right.
but we did 2-lane it for the most part.
We found there were some cool little cities we stopped in. Gas stops are always fun. I mean, everyone
Yeah,
gets their helmets off and we
Yeah.
just chat about what's going on.
and then where did we go to? We go to Fort Collins.
No, we went to
Where did we go to where the Airbnb was?
Cheyenne, Wyoming.
Was it Cheyenne?
Yeah.
Yeah. Was
And of
Cheyenne.
course,
Skunks.
we're
on roofs.
riding by the and you see the fireworks building, and then the last minute, of course, Lance, my son, has to pull off the freeway so everyone can go get some fireworks.
Yeah, that was funny.
Yeah, so we got skunked again in
We
Cheyenne.
got skunked
Not
again, and
one
Josh
hotel.
went to work and found us an Airbnb.
Right.
Yep.
The boys went over to another. They found one place that was a little above a crack den, which is cool.
It sounded like maybe it was.
Yeah, it could have been. I mean,
And I'm trying to let the Instagram people know by putting up a story. And
Yeah.
I think maybe Sturgis is a keyword that they're not. Oh, you know what? It worked. All right.
there you go.
It didn't work for about
Any
10
comments
times.
or questions? Anyone want
Let's see. We got some people on here. We got APOC82. We got Franklin Dominguez watching from
Frank.
Sturgis.
to? All right.
Right.
They're rolling out in the morning. Dallas Face Mullet. Good evening, friends. Here, I'm here, so now we can catch a beer or 8.
There we
Yep.
go.
Yes.
Ty CBO Glad in the house. Kevin
Yo.
Kent in the house.
Yo.
Stephen Herod. Leo Lopez. I said Buck Sports Grill in Wyoming had to be good. We stopped there on the way back from Sturgis last
I
year.
bet a lot of guys
Yeah.
stop there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure they do.
Did you boys do the Badlands loop?
No.
We did
Nuts.
the Needles. We did Custard
16A.
State Park,
We did a little Custer.
Rushmore.
We did Rushmore. Well, that's part of the 16A 244.
Gotcha.
We did
Uh-huh.
Boar's Nest twice.
Right. Love the boar's nest.
Got Dallas Face Mullet. I like that he has 2 beers and is alternating. Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, I realized that too earlier.
Yep. Rhode Island Redneck in the house. Tango 165. And yeah.
Hey,
So-
what happened with Tango? I thought, was he going to go out to Sturgis?
He might have made it.
Did
I'm
he
not
make
sure.
it? Tango, did you
I'm
make
not sure.
We don't have a copy in here
What?
of the
I
Enthusiast.
asked you where it was. Did you take it home?
No, I thought you had one.
I took mine to the house.
No, I didn't. I have.
I'll have to bring. I just wanted to show the family.
Yo.
Did you show them?
Yeah, they're
Cool.
digging it.
I was going to show this family.
Is
right
there one
here.
still here?
And then APOC82 saying, when is the collage of the worldwide shot done? We'll throw something together. We this week's drop was, like I said, done at 6 a.m. the day of viewership. So we're kind of catching up right now. We'll throw that together when we can.
Probably sometime next week, right? I mean, we got to get caught up this
Yeah.
week.
And
We only
then
have
what
one more
else?
day anyway.
Tango says still here, work stuff. So he's
Gotcha.
in Sturgis doing work stuff. It's not gonna. Oh, it might focus. There you go.
Did it focus?
Yeah, it did.
So
The
this was
Enthusiast.
a print edition of the Enthusiast. It's basically the Hog magazine, but it's digital online. They did a print version for Sturgis,
That's me on the front page there.
and there's a cool little story of they call it like worldwide touring, and it's very cool. It's got our maps, nice picture of Galen and I ripping through the mountains in Santa Monica. So it's a kind of a little 2-lane life story. Very cool. There's our bikes perched up on the Pacific coast there. So if you get a chance to get the Enthusiast, you might be stoked to check it out.
Because we're stoked to be in it.
Yes. 2-lane life, baby.
2-lane life. And speaking of that, we had the meet and greets on Saturday at Legend, 1 to 3, and then we had the Clockworks meet and greet on Sunday, 10 to 12.
They both were great.
I was so blown away, not only by those meet and greets. Legend, there were probably 20, 25 people.
Yeah, there was more. Than
Um,
that. I think it was like 2,500, 1,000. There's so many.
Clockworks was insane. The minute we rolled the bikes in, we didn't even say hi to Brian. People were lining up, shaking hands, kissing babies, taking pictures. It was so great, and it was so great to meet people that, enjoy our content and to hear their stories, like Hell on Two Wheels or Hell on Wheels.
Right.
They sold their house, packed up their stuff, and got on the bike, and they've been touring around for a year.
Well, we met a father and son in Lusk, Wyoming.
Yeah.
That they were inspired to ride. They watch our videos.
Josh and Terry.
So pumped to ride, and they did it. But when they tell us that story, it inspired us. I mean, to see people that we know, we feel like we know you guys because you actually communicate with us and everything. And to see everyone across every gas stop, across every state, we've met people that are part of our family unit, I guess you would say. And then when we're in Sturgis, we've met so many of you. It was awesome.
I was blown away. Last year the channel was, we were hitting our 6-month stride at that point, roughly. And, we had Pat and Allison, and we had a couple other folks that recognized us, but nothing like what was going on. I mean, every time we stopped, we were walking down Main Street, and finally that's how we meet Juan Mullen.
Right.
I mean...
Well, there's a webcam in Sturgis, and you can sign up and be on the webcam.
Yeah.
Well, someone sent us a picture and circled our bikes and hundreds of bikes and said, "Hey, we spotted the 2-lane."
Right.
How's that happen?
I don't know.
Dig it. We love you guys.
But
man.
we love our fans. We love the people that started with us and the people that are new to the channel and just joining. We really appreciate it, and the stories that we hear from you all, inspirational, makes us want to get out and ride. And I was floored by it.
It was great. It was a great feeling, and it inspires us more. And we have several more trips coming because of it that we're going to share with you guys.
Yeah.
But I did get a phone call from YouTube today, and they said that if we don't get 20,000 followers in the next couple months, they are going to shut our channel down.
Really? Is that what they said?
Yeah, so please tell your friends, man, because if
Yeah.
not, we're gone.
That's clickbait right there, buddy.
So, Galen, I was going to say,
Yes, sir.
while you're standing up,
Yeah.
we've got a special request to
what?
see those socks.
Oh, okay.
There you
Well,
go.
pull the pants so they can see it.
Oh.
You like those?
Let's see. Ty CVO Glide. How many picks did you get for the collage? Not as much as we expected, but
How many what?
I think maybe half of the people listened to directions and sent them to the email, and then the other half sent them to my grandmother, who texted them to me and via Instagram and all this.
That would be me.
We probably lost quite a few of them, but there's enough to make a cool little collage. And then Michael Orsat, I'm going to make you guys trip tacos when we come down.
Ooh,
Right on.
All right.
Um,
The 26th, I think. Is that the Thursday?
I think so. And Philip Sparso, hey 2-laners, I put about 700 miles on the Trident 660 so far, loving it.
Nice.
All right.
Nice.
How does that get on our floor? What's our nice rug?
What is it?
Oh.
I don't know.
Huh.
Something off your shoes.
So, yeah, cruising around Sturgis is and the people you see walking on the streets and the different styles and fashions.
I don't know what's going on. It's like going to Venice Beach here in
It's-
California.
it's
and
crazy.
It's an eclectic mix of people.
But
and
everyone's
it's-
there for one reason:
What?
motorcycles and fun.
I don't know about that. I think some are there just to eat.
Maybe.
I mean, there's some big dogs out there.
Whoa.
What was the dude's handle that I went rolling by?
Oh, so that was Chili Willy 77.
Yeah.
It's funny, he was the person I was going to put up right before we left for Sturgis as the featured bike Friday, but I didn't have their Instagram.
Okay.
So I said, hey, great video. If you have an Instagram, reply to this so I can tag you. And I just checked my email today, and it was him.
No way.
So I might put up the video, after the featured bike thing and put it on there and say we even ran into him.
So we're mobbing, maybe we shouldn't say mobbing, but we're doing 95 on the 2-lane in the Black Hills, and there was a group of riders that we just burned around. This guy wasn't with that group, but he was ahead of him a little bit, and we smoked by him. And Josh, I think you were at the back, and you said, "Hey, I think he just raised his hand with two lane up or something." And so we slowed down to catch him, and Josh handed me the GoPro, the better GoPro, because it has the mic on it. And dude rolls up on me, and he is so stoked. And he says, you know, he bought his seat from us. He did some, I mean, it was great. Just hearing the energy out of this guy.
Yeah.
And how stoked he was to see us. And I apologize for going by you fast, but our group doesn't tend to ride too slow.
I'm trying to airdrop it so I can share it to these guys.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Let's see. I turn Wi-Fi on.
It's the volume, though, might be hard for them to hear, maybe.
No. I'm going to put it on the stream.
Yeah.
Still might be hard to hear, but go ahead.
It could even be louder than this. I mean, they're seeing the actual. All right, let's see
There it is.
Downloads.
So yeah, it's crazy, and it's crazy how many people pass us, and then you get a picture later saying, "Hey," or a message, "We just saw you on this."
No
road."
one passed us.
No, the other way.
Yeah, the other way.
The other way, like this.
No one can pass us. No one can pass us.
Let's see. We'll call this Chili Willy.
Chili Willy.
Okay. Create new.
So I told everyone, I said, get ready. Make sure you have all this, your rain gear you need. I mean, everyone brings it anyway, but I was stressing that it's been raining, the monsoons were going to get dumped on. We didn't get any rain at all. The only guy that got rain was him when he was off on the phone mission.
Gallivanting.
Yes. But no rain. I was blown away. A slight drizzle in Sturgis.
We didn't ride in it, but we got rain at the lodge there, the state lodge in Custer.
A little bit on the bikes.
Yeah, but it was like...
But we didn't get any on us.
No.
So this might play as soon as I open it, so let's see.
Let's check it out.
Uh-oh. Are you ready?
Let's find out.
5, 4...
Could you guys hear that? Let's see.
Now, we've been good on tickets for the last 6 years. Like,
knock on wood.
I think only one.
But it was cool.
Not us.
Speaking of tickets, we didn't get tickets, but I walked up to a couple guys on Main Street and gave them our card, gave them a chip. We have these really cool chips, and said, hey, to a couple of the cops that were standing there, hey, do you happen to have any patches? We collect patches. We have a patch wall. We really support and love our men and women that serve the country, whether it's in the armed services or firefighters, law enforcement, what have you. And at first the guy said, no, I don't have any patches. And then after I told him what we do and how much we support, he goes, well, let me check. So we had one guy from Kaysville, Utah that gave us a patch, and we had another guy from, is it Waterman? South Dakota.
Yeah, Watertown,
South Dakota. So that was really cool. Again, if you guys want to send a patch in, if you serve and you haven't sent one in yet, we love them. We've got them all over here. We got the stories to go with them. So really cool and really appreciate that.
Yeah.
So Pacific Loon said we could hear. That was rad. Said, yeah, we could hear them. APOC 82, audio wasn't too bad on video. Yeah, we're probably going pretty quick, and there's only a little air muff on the mic there, so there's only so much you can do for trying to capture that. But
well, you'll kind of clean it up in the editing.
Yeah, it was cool. And then we got Tango saying, was talking with a bigwig last night, and your channel came up. They had nothing but good stuff to say about you guys, and they also gave big props to the man behind the curtain about his editing skills. Thank you for sharing, and thanks to the bigwig.
The Wizard of Oz.
You'll have to DM me who your bigwig was.
Yes.
Then we got Jen Kopak. Rob Scott and I are going camping in Kernville soon.
Nice.
Super excited, and thank you for the inspiration. So it sounds like they're actually getting the same exact spots.
Oh, really?
We got,
nice.
at River Nook.
Aha.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we got Galen. When are you going to come to Florida to visit your helmet?
we'll see what November brings.
It's
But
kind
we
of.
do have to get down that direction.
I was kind of saying, I need it. It'd be great. I got my spare helmet. I'm like,
Nope.
no, I gave my spare helmet away. I don't have that.
No, you don't have it.
And they don't make that helmet anymore.
No.
Nope.
That colorway.
Right.
So I will have to always get a black helmet and paint it myself. I got to have the red stripes.
There were 4 black bells. So that was Cole, Lance, me, and Dom.
I have one too.
And so we had 5 on that trip
Yeah.
on the way home. That's cool. Bell SRT Modular.
Yo.
Yeah.
Spoke to some of them today earlier. Jason there. They're just having a challenge getting these helmets in, and he's like the street's probably not going to be ready until January.
Yeah.
So whatever stock they get and stuff that's replenishing a little bit. But the new line's not going to be out probably until
What's a
January.
bummer? Businesses around the globe are having trouble getting stock. There's everywhere you go, every city you go, it says help wanted.
Right.
No one's working. I
We
don't
commented a lot about that, didn't we?
Yeah.
We saw a lot of different stores, and whether it was retail or even hotels. And
So you know what we're gonna do?
we're gonna
We're gonna leave from Los Angeles. We're gonna travel across the country, and we're gonna go spend 2 days in each state and work at different places for these
we
people.
are.
That
We'll
would
help 'em
actually be
out.
kind of a funny.
Yeah, so we'll be able to stay for free, eat for free, but we'll do the work. We'll cook the food, we'll wash the dishes, we'll move the lumber in the yard. Let's do it.
Well, I'm not doing any manual labor.
I love manual labor.
I'm gonna do.
That's
like
why
desk
I
jobs.
stay young and healthy.
Right.
I mean, people don't realize I'm 107 years old,
You are. You don't look it.
but I'm a ripper.
You're 107.
This is Yoda's second cousin.
Yes.
I'm 170.
Hey, so I'm just going to kind of read we got back from Sturgis, and we've been talking about going to the East Coast. So I'm just going to read kind of the route we're thinking.
Do you want to finish the rest of the Sturgis trip, or do this?
No,
and
I
then
wanna
go
do
back?
this.
Okay, go
All
ahead.
right.
Because
Okay.
it's in my mind.
All right.
So we're thinking about a starting point in Milwaukee, and I believe there's a ferry that goes across the water. If anyone knows anything about that.
With wings and a stick, or
Yes,
Yeah.
over to Grand Rapids, Michigan is where we'd probably end up.
right.
And then just cut across the top to Niagara Falls. And then drop down into Hartford, Connecticut, to Newport, Rhode Island, then up through Boston, up to Portland, Maine, and maybe end in Lubeck. Is it Lubeck or Lubeck?
Were we not going to go down into Pottstown, Pennsylvania?
Not yet.
Okay, not
We'll
yet.
have to see what happens with the bikes.
Yes.
So that's kind of the general route. So I just throw that out there as we get comments. Please comment on what your thoughts are related to that. So start in Milwaukee, go to Grand Rapids. Is it Grand Rapids, Michigan?
Grand Rapids, Niagara Falls,
Niagara.
Hartford, Newport, Lubbock.
Yep. So kind of that general route. We'll take the one all the way up from Boston up through to Maine. I'd like to show you guys Newport, Rhode Island. We'll get some calamari there. They put peppers in it,
Ooh.
and it's bomb. It's on fire. At one
That's the way I
point,
like
I
it.
don't know if it's still the same way in Rhode Island, but there were more restaurants per capita there, because I think there were 3 like culinary schools there.
Ah.
So they were putting out really great chefs, and people were staying local because the area is, pretty cool.
So we're for hire. If you're in Rhode Island and you have that restaurant, you want to reopen it, we'll come and work for you.
For 2 days at a time.
Yes.
One day,
One day.
because we got to get on the road.
Yep.
On the road again.
I'd do Taco Bell maybe.
Taco
You
Bell.
work at Taco Bell?
Yeah, why not?
You got to help everybody.
Apron and a mic and
Yeah.
You know?
call people up through
Make
kind
it
of
happen.
the drive. I do the drive-through.
I mean, I'll work at Home Depot.
Hey, how you doing? Good.
Hey,
This is Jim over here at 2LaneLife. I'd want to talk to you about some things.
yeah, can you tell me, do
Every
you guys
person
have
in
any
line.
garden hoses? Yes, they're over on aisle 6 over there. And come with me, I'll show you.
Well, see, Galen, what he's going to do is just tell everyone in line to go watch the channel.
Right.
He's going to get fired in like a day.
Right.
Right. I'll get
But-
fired in a day, but I'll have like 10 subscribers.
Exactly. So, anyway.
Well, I guess if YouTube told you we're going to get put off the waves here, then we better start doing something.
Right.
This
One
is true.
subscriber at a time.
I like that. We're gonna go work. We're gonna go to work for people. We're gonna go to work for America.
Yeah, buddy. That could be kind of a
What the
funny
hell is that?
undercover bosses,
Yeah.
that kind of
Well,
show,
hey,
dirty
look,
jobs.
Even at Park City, the guys, they only served part of the menu because they didn't have enough help.
Right.
And they couldn't even open that other side of they called that the wine bar or the wine dive or something.
And in Durango, there was one server for the entire
Yeah.
restaurant,
Yeah.
which was, I mean, she was killing it,
Just
doing a good
gnarly.
job, but like, no one wants to work, I guess.
Yeah.
Get back to work, America.
Yo.
Right. Yes.
We got the Dallas face mullet. Those socks are ridiculous, but I totally respect your beer strategy and the scorched orange road glide. Beautiful bike. And then he said, there was another funny one. My granny has a big wig, but she doesn't talk much about the channel, or doesn't watch the channel. Tango was talking about big wig, yada yada.
Yeah.
Donovan and Leia Kadara, nice to meet you guys at Legends. Thanks for the the shirt. See you down the road.
Yo.
Man
was
up,
great.
Galen. You need to hump those buckets around.
What? Oh,
You need to
bucket.
hump
Manual
them.
labor.
Yes.
Let's see. There is a ferry in Milwaukee. At least there was. Newport is 45 minutes away from the Rhode Island Redneck.
Yeah. All right.
Chris Finnegan in Southern New York. If you need anything, reach out. Just did Niagara Falls again last weekend. If you're staying there, make sure you stay at the hotel by the falls. The rest of the area is run down.
Gotcha.
Also, Rhode Island Redneck says Rhode Island has the best calamari, and yes, there are a lot of restaurants. We got Steve Harrod. If you get near Lansing or Detroit, holla. And,
That's where I was born.
And he says, do you want to work at the assembly line at GM?
Sure.
Is GM open? We had talked to
We've
someone
heard
the
some
other
stuff.
day, and they were going to close the plant down because they couldn't get chips.
I don't know.
We have chips.
We have chips, but they're not the chip that's going to run your car.
So PMAX says the ferry goes from Milwaukee to Muskegon in 2.5 hours.
Nice.
Okay.
Riding with yogurt. Welcome home, boys.
Yo,
Shit.
riding with yogurt.
Thank you, sir. Any burning, itching questions from the people of America and the rest of the world for these two gentlemen? Who knows?
Does
Anyway.
anyone know how to swing a hammer anymore?
Yo.
Or fix a pipe?
I'm sure a bunch of our listeners and viewers do.
I bet they do. So anyway,
What else happened
So
in
why
Sturgis?
don't you talk a little bit about Featured Bike Friday, Josh?
and tomorrow
Yes.
is Friday.
Tomorrow's Friday. I think
Can't forget that.
Chili Willy is getting the podium on that one. Can I see me? You can see me. Featured Bike Friday. Ladies and gentlemen. Every Friday on Instagram, we're trying to feature you, your bike story. So send us a 30-second or less video to featuredbikefriday@gmail.com. Preferably portrait mode instead of landscape, but whatever. It could be a selfie, just you talking about your bike, you and your bike. Yeah, like I said,
Great
share-
story. The name of your bike, if you've named it. What you like about riding. What size of bike is it? What kind of bike?
Anything.
Do you have a Yamaha? Whatever. Just
For
give us
sure.
give us a shout out so that we can get you up on the screen there.
And we try to post those every Friday. Sometimes I blank.
Yeah.
So
So the shot around the world went well. We'll get that kind of dumped into a file next week and try to mash something up, right?
Yep.
And then we are going to start. We'll work on this next week. Once Josh, we need to give him a couple days to start editing. But the mileage coins, we need to start. I had someone send us an email. I think I forwarded that on to you as well. That did a trip. I think Kevin Kent also has an email. So we need to get our mileage chips kind of working. And I guess we're going to have this new kind of, just like we started with the toast around the world. I guess, are we going to go work somewhere? Is that what we're putting out there? Is that what you're doing?
I honestly
that
think
would
that
be-
would be a hilarious episode or series.
Well, maybe we should have some small business owners that
Yeah.
are on following us. We put them in a raffle, and maybe we go somewhere and work for
Right.
a couple days.
Right.
Hilarious, but also interesting.
Yes.
How about Jeff Post? We
Yo.
could go work on the dairy farm up in New
Yeah,
York while we're
totally
going through there.
Boom.
Let's see here. We said Dallas face mullet. I swing a hammer and pour concrete every day, baby.
Good
That's
man.
it.
Good man.
Good man.
We need guys like you.
The dad glide. Todd Friedrich is in the house.
Yeah.
No.
The ferry cost motorcycle is $57 one way and $114 round trip. Thanks for the info.
57.
Excellent.
Dallas face mullet actually have the same scorched orange road glide as Two Beers has.
Aha.
Yes.
We're calling you Two Beers from now on.
You'll have to look at that slicer fender I just
That
put on
looks
it.
so good.
It's
Yeah, very
it
good.
looks really nice.
Awesome. You know, I named my bike, this new one I got, I named it
What?
Really?
Road Glide.
Really?
Wow.
Where'd you
That's
get
really
the-
super-
The one before that, I named it Road Glide.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the one before that, I named Street Glide.
Whoa.
You know, I just name them
You're
what
very
they
creative.
actually have their own name when you get
You're
them.
very creative.
Yes, thank you.
And look at that. Rhode Island Redneck says, Dallas Face Mullet, I'm also a concrete mason. Right on.
Nice.
Kind of badass seeing
Nice. And that's an
you know.
interesting point, and you brought this up before. It's interesting to see people that are on our page and follow us that interact with each other. It's almost like these unions and connections are happening, and that's it.
Not that they work for the union, the connection.
Yeah, not unions, the union of brotherhood.
And sisterhood.
Yes.
Yo.
We met a number of husband and wife teams.
Yeah, absolutely. And we have
which was so cool.
and our wives are part of our team.
We're part of the team. Yes.
Also, just got to give a quick shout out because this guy says, "What's up, fellas?" and I like his username, Shake and Bake.
Yo.
First or last. So let's see. We got another one. So Ty CBO Glide says, "I met Tim from the Fairing Exchange. He was the guy that laid out the graphics on your new Clockworks fenders. Their shop is near me in Orange Park, Florida. I was there getting some paintwork done."
Awesome.
Yeah, I guess we didn't see Ty, did we?
No.
If he
No.
was in yeah, it was. We had so many people trying to meet up, and it's hard to kind of work around that. But we saw some great people still.
So my fender still it's going to be shipped
Yep.
to me because it wasn't ready in time. So
But we saw a picture of
Yeah,
it, so
we
it
saw a
should be
picture.
here, I would think,
Yep.
any day.
well, unless they had to go back to to Mitchell, South Dakota after Sturgis, it could be a week after Sturgis.
Why
is
would it
over.
go there? Why wouldn't it go straight to you?
Well, I don't know where Brian was shipping it, or
You know. Then we got Frank saying, "Leaving Rapid City Harley now to get to Hot Springs before sunset. The ride back to San Diego starts tomorrow. Tracy
Whoa.
took the airlines back today.
Oh.
I'm at 3577 miles so far on this Sturgis trip." So
Nice.
he's getting a nice solo
that's what
ride
we're
home.
talking about right there.
Boom. Human being. My Road Glide has 110 miles on it.
Yo.
No hammer, though. I'm an electrician here. There we go. Another one. Steve
Right
Herod and the Union. UAW in the house.
All right.
Yeah, buddy.
So did the plant shut down? Did GM shut it down?
I think he might have saw something in there about that.
Maybe they got the materials they needed. Because
Yeah.
one guy was telling us he was pretty concerned about it. He works at GM.
I think that was good maybe 4 or 5 weeks ago, but
Yeah.
with stuff going on right now, that's not that much time.
No.
Let's see, Ty CVO Glide. He said, "I wasn't in Sturgis, I was in Florida. That's where your fender was painted." Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So your fender came from Florida.
Sure did.
FF, Florida fender. I like that.
Yeah, so Steve Herod, he said no chips yet for the plant. So
Jeez.
that's pretty wild.
Come on, America. Let's get this done.
Glad I got my Chevy before this happened. And there you go. Ty CVO Glide says, "That human being, I'm also an electrician."
Electrician,
buddy.
awesome. I
You
love
got
that
the
trade.
boys- The boys talking to each other in here. So where did we leave off with Sturgis?
Well, we were in Sturgis, riding around, going to all the cool places, and meeting and greeting and having a good time. And
Would you say that again?
Can I slow you down to 50%?
So where did we leave off at Sturgis?
Where did we end up back at Sturgis? Okay?
Yeah, where did we leave off in Sturgis?
I'm talking like my grandmother.
Talking like your
Yeah.
grandmother from New York.
Saw y'all sit in New York. Anyway,
you know, it's funny because the ride home, you're thinking, a lot of people think, oh, you got to go home now. And, it's great. The ride home is always
phenomenal.
great. And when we were riding home at that night, I was thinking, man, I love riding motorcycles so much. This when we were going through the desert, and it was like a
You
nice
mean
temperature.
Tuesday night?
Tuesday night.
Yeah.
It just affirmed my love for riding motorcycles.
I mean, I was sharing with you guys and Laura and whoever else today. My longest solo day ride was
Neptune's Net.
probably maybe 500 miles. Gonna go doing a film shoot up north a couple years back, and I did it on my Yamaha. Freezing cold, wasn't prepared, didn't know what I was doing, but that was kind of a round trip. So was that Tuesday?
Yep.
Tuesday, my ride home from St. George was the longest solo ride, and it was like pretty hot. Didn't really know what was up, but we've done the miles before. But at the end of a long trip where all this stuff is going on, to be on the highway solo just listening to good music, getting good views, having nothing but your thoughts and a full tank of gas. I mean, that was pretty phenomenal. So,
Well,
and same deal.
unfortunately, we had the breakdown. That was a 750-mile day,
Yeah.
and we had to say, if you don't mind, take off so you can get the edit done. And
Well, we were sitting at the, I was with the boys at the gas stop waiting for you guys to pull up. And in my head, I was like, man, like, how am I going to get this edit done?
Right.
And I was like, if we go to Vegas, we're going to go to dinner, and I'm going to have drinks, and it's going to be this deal. And then when we wake up in the morning, then I would have stayed up all night and had to ride home.
right.
So I'm like, if I just ride home and stay up all night and part of the next day and then sleep at 8 a.m., doesn't matter. I'm already home. I don't have to ride.
Right.
But like I was saying, I mean, like you said, even after 10 days of just insane, awesome riding, even riding home a couple hundred miles alone on the freeway was awesome. I mean,
Well, I said to Lance, I'm bummed he's out there by himself. Like,
I was
he's
having
like,
a good
he's
time.
strong. He's a tough kid. He can do it.
Well, I think there's nothing like a set of handlebars and a seat, and you're riding across the land, and you're just stoked. But I mean, so what happened is we didn't even get to that. We were coming through Utah, St. George, and Galen and I were with Dom, and he was going a little bit slow, and he doesn't usually go slow. His back wheel was wobbling all over the place. Well, his bearings went out in his 05 Dyna.
Well, the night before, coming into Park City, he had a little bit of a head shake on
Right.
his. He could feel it in the front tire.
But it wasn't.
So we looked to see if the weights had come off, or
Right.
we kind of moved the tire around. We actually checked it in Fillmore
Yeah.
again, because it was like, what's going on? But clearly it wasn't the front, it was the rear.
Right, so we had to limp up to an off-ramp in the Virgin River Gorge with no service. Galen got on the phone with AAA, and the conversation with AAA was awesome because the guy on the phone from AAA, Galen, he said, "Where are you at?" And Galen said, "We're in the Virgin River Gorge. We're on an off-ramp, blah, blah, blah." And the guy goes, "So you're in the river?" And Galen's like, "No, I'm not in the river. I'm on the off-ramp. In a parking lot?" "Yeah, parking lot." "So are you in the river or in the parking lot?" This was he hung up on him.
I didn't hear
Well,
that
then he
part.
said, "Are
Yeah.
you in the campground?" I said, "What campground? I'm not. I told you where I'm at."
Right.
And I said, "You have been useless and no help to me."
And he said, "I gotta go."
I might have said a cuss word too, because I don't normally do that.
Yeah.
But this was like, what line of questioning is this?
And
But Juan said, "Let's get a U-Haul."
Yep.
So we were able to get in contact with him. He was the only phone with service. None of our others had service. So they went and got a U-Haul about 20 minutes away, came back, put the bike in a U-Haul. But we laid around for 2 hours
Yeah.
In the sun.
in this 110-degree
Baking.
weather. I fell asleep.
And you know, the cool thing is, we said bring some waters and beers because we're hot. They show up with 2 waters and
one-
one big beer.
You know what Lance said to me?
Yeah.
But
I go, Galen was going to talk to you about this because why didn't you bring a case of water and like stuff like that? He goes, "Hey, we were just as fried as you guys."
Well, Lance walks up to me in the gas station before leaving to you guys, and he just goes, "I'm gonna get Galen a 6-pack of O'Doul's just to mess with him."
it was hot, man.
But it was he got you a plastic 40 of Steel Reserve.
Yeah, that was really good. Trust me on that one. Half
Yo.
warm.
Yeah, buddy.
But I got to tell you, I want to give a shout out to Ryan Shaw.
Yep.
He DM'd today or something and said, "Look, if I would have known, I would have been there with the truck and trailer in
Yep.
30 minutes."
And
Well,
dang, that would have been a good choice.
Yeah, he actually DM'd me as I was like getting on my bike. I posted a video saying solo ride. Someone had bike issues going home, and I opened it like when I got home because I
Yeah.
wasn't on my phone much.
Well, thank you,
And
Ryan.
that would have
But
been,
that's
you
the
know,
kind of support we've got
Yeah.
out there, so we appreciate that.
hell yeah. Well, we got a couple even more electricians in the house.
Yo,
Dig it.
We got Human Being saying he's in Louisiana building a new ferry for New York.
Oh,
a
wow.
new Sea Streak boat.
Ah, cool.
Dallas Face Mullet, I'm from Goat Spank, Tennessee. Let's hear your best southern accents. Whoa. Let's hear it.
I don't know. See y'all down the road.
See y'all down
What
the
does
road.
Cole say? See y'all down the road.
See y'all down the road.
Down the road.
Down the road. We never recorded that, but we do have a couple we can just start
We
throwing
have-
in there.
Yeah.
I'm going to show up at his house with a microphone.
So yeah, if anyone has some stuff they got going and want us to help them a little bit building the house or working in your restaurant, let us know. Sweeping your driveway, mowing your lawn.
No.
I'm a great lawn mower.
No, we'll figure this out. Let's just not throw it out to the
Oh, it's
world.
coming out. It's already
Right, but
Yeah.
we got to put some like structure.
I know,
around
but we're
it.
going to be getting hit now with torpedoes.
I know. So we're gonna have to figure it out. I think it'd be fun to do that.
Yeah.
We got
What
Alan.
if Dinah Derrick says, "Come work out on the derrick," and we got to go out on the derrick out in the ocean?
I mean, we did
Work
talk
on the
about
platform.
going and finding older people in
We
life.
talked about that.
Maybe painting their house.
Yeah,
So we have been in this mode.
yeah.
We like to help.
Let's
people.
put something around it.
Yeah.
We got JJ0311. My longest trip solo was from Phoenix to Greeley, Colorado, 840 miles on the way to and from Sturgis. Prior to that, solo was about 150.
Nice.
That's what we're talking about,
we like
man.
that.
It makes me want to get out more, so I got to get ahead on video so I can leave this
That would
place.
be a mileage chip, right?
Speaking of which, maybe some of the people on here haven't seen the chip, so if you have one on you,
I don't, but I'll
Okay.
go get one.
yeah. So we made some last minute poker chips before the Sturgis run.
I think we need more though.
Yeah,
Of that same chip.
yeah, for sure. So we kind of made them so as we meet people on the road, new people, current subscribers, everything like that, we can give it to them. And it's kind of like a little collector's deal. It's got a QR code on the back, so you can scan it, go to the site. But I mean, people were stoked on those.
Yeah.
It's not just a business card that someone's going to throw away.
No,
Um,
it's cool.
And yeah, it was like you said, it was especially at Clockwork, super rad. Just meeting all these people that came up and on the road every stop. I think we broke a record for the amount of stops. Yeah,
So
try that.
We signed about 50.
A little farther away. It might be on spot focus. I don't know if it's going to work. Yeah,
Well, that's good. It's a mystery card.
yeah, it's a mystery card. You gotta,
So we signed about 50 of those. Legend made some really cool stickers. We'll have to
Come back towards the
put
flags.
those
with
in
that.
the. Huh?
Yeah, maybe. Let's see.
They'll be able to see them a little better closer to the couch.
Yeah.
Because it's,
There you go.
You're good right there, though.
yo.
And then I don't know. Are they going to be able to see this?
Go
I think
closer.
they get the point.
Yeah. There's the front with the badge. And we have the QR code on the rear. I think these are probably our best business cards
I
yet.
think so.
Well, here, they're the real deal. Listen.
Yo.
Yeah.
Well, so when we were at the gas station waiting for you guys to hit us back up, I was getting some Gatorades, and as I was pulling my wallet out of my pocket, 2 of those fell out. And he's like, "Whoa, you don't want to lose those. Those are the nice ones because they're black."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Yeah, dude." APOC 82, I want a chip. Well, we're actually we're probably going to throw those up on the site. Maybe some kind of bundle, throw in with a hat or a shirt or something. So we'll have those available soon.
Are you having that?
That's yours.
Oh, great.
Great. Yeah. And then how was your, I guess you guys had the ride home. One more thing. How did the guys tie up the bike
They
in the
brought
U-Haul?
2 bundles
Nylon.
of nylon twine, which is
Nylon
strong.
cord.
And we have a knife, and we cut it, and we did all 4 corners. In the middle, we had the front wheel in the corner on the kickstand.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw pictures of it. We could probably throw some up there, but looked like a spider web in the truck.
Yeah, it worked great.
Worked great. Bike was stable.
Fast, efficient, done, boom.
Trying to see if Thrashin has that on there.
I know Dom did.
Yeah, I was going to see if he had it on the highlights.
They actually have
yeah,
a video. You could put the video or you can't do that.
I could probably screen record or something, but I'm not seeing. That was on his story, so I think it's gone
Yeah.
now.
He had the U-Haul coming up where we were waiting.
So we drive by them in the canyon, and they just flip us off.
Yeah.
Like all of them.
Yes.
What did we do to deserve that? We were there for 2 hours.
I think that's a fun gesture just to have,
No, they loved it.
Yeah.
And Steve saying GM needs chips. God damn it. Anyone else's phone voiced to text 2LaneLife instead of TULANE 2LaneLife instead of 2LaneLife? Maybe.
Huh.
Anyone what?
But hey, if he's using voice to text, that means he's talking about it, so it's all good.
Yeah.
Galen said I need to get the mileage chip. Yes.
Yes.
Well, when that comes around, when the mileage chip becomes a thing, we'll set up another email, have you guys send all that stuff to one place, and we'll have a little system set up
Right.
so that we can get you the chips.
We'll work on that next week and hopefully get something launched by the end of the month.
Yeah,
Yeah.
buddy.
That'd be great.
Ty Seaberg says, "Don't give them away, make them rare. Only the people you meet in real time." So
yeah, we hand them off, and that is true, real time. But we might have some that we can.
yeah, I mean the mileage chips you're gonna have. It'll be like a iron bite. You're gonna have to prove
Yeah.
that you did it, and we'll find a way. You tapping a foot or something, or what's going on here?
That would be my friend.
All right.
Wow, under the table.
You were tapping that one too.
It was underneath us.
I was just hearing the mic, whatever. Yeah, so we're sitting at 54 minutes. What do you U times S times A says, what do you guys think about Indian?
I've only ridden an Indian once. It was a couple of years back. I don't really have. I've only been on Harley, so I really can't give you an honest opinion. But I love the heart and soul of a Harley Davidson, so that's where I'm at.
Never ridden them. We've talked about doing some media stuff on them. So I'm excited to actually try to ride one. If they come through with that, I think it'd be great just for us to go out and check them out. I mean, Kerry and Keith and Big B and all those guys are on them. They seem to love them. I was talking to a gentleman the other day that I met when we picked up the chips, who also may have given us a patch or not. Gave us 3, but and he offered for me to ride the bike, but we didn't have time. But he was on a Challenger. He said the comfort of that monoshock is insane. So it'd be interesting to see. I can't wait. But
and
we don't. I love the Indian. I love the Kawasaki. I'm a Yamaha guy. I mean, that's my dirt bikes are all Yamaha. I had a street bike that was Yamaha. But I'm a Harley guy right now, and I'm a Harley guy for the last 10 years, 12 years. I love the sound, I love the feeling, and I love that there's dealerships everywhere you go.
Right.
Well, it's funny. Someone came in here for parts a little while back, and he was saying, "Yeah, I got an Indian, and like, I kind of still like the Harley a lot more." But then someone else was quite the opposite. So it kind of just comes down to preference, and you got to spend enough time on it.
I think you're talking about Ensign, right?
It might have been.
Because he totally went from Indian to Harley.
Yeah. I think he was Harley before he went to Indian, and then went back to Harley.
Yeah.
He just likes seeing more engine, more stuff, like open. I don't know. It just has a thing about it.
It just has a different thing about
Yeah.
it. But, I mean, as long as you're riding, we don't care.
I mean, it's interesting how it was over the years and branding and marketing. I mean, if you took your mother and she knew nothing about motorcycles and saw a big one come up, she's going to say, "Oh, look at that Harley Davidson."
Yeah.
Well,
we do a lot of miles, and quite frankly, we don't see a lot of Indians out there. I mean, we see a handful.
Right.
There was a whole group in front of us in Sturgis, and they were ripping.
Yeah.
Females too. I mean, they were ripping around the curves.
They didn't
well.
pass us though.
No.
we made
But I
our way
was
through the group.
I was pretty impressed with the.
That was
the
probably
group.
35 of them. That was a big.
Yeah, it was a big group.
It took me maybe 20 minutes or whatever it was until you mentioned in the helmet, "Man, these are all Indians." I'm like, "Oh shit,
Yeah.
it's probably a group."
But is Indian? They have something going on in South Dakota in Sturgis. Do they have an office there? Do they have a base there?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Let's see. Human Being says Harley Davidson motorcycles, Chevy trucks, Honda ATVs, and Yamaha outboards, best in class. Yo, I would have to agree. I've got 2 of those.
I mean, it's like a personal preference because when my son was riding dirt bikes his whole life, he rode every brand.
Right, but there are people that are religious to
Right.
Suzuki. There are people religious to Honda, religious to Yamaha. I
Yeah.
mean, my dad was a Yamaha guy, and he
Right.
on the back of his truck,
Yeah,
he had a Yamaha, and he built a trailer that would hold 5 bikes, had a big chest on it that had an ice chest in it, plus carried everything that you needed supply-wise from oil
Right.
to whatever.
But from KTM's, Yamaha, Suzuki's, Kawasaki's, Honda, all the different bikes, they all had a great quality about them, and it just depends on what color you want.
Well, they were all Japanese.
Yes.
I mean, do you remember Bull Taco?
Yeah. I rode a Bull Taco.
That had
They
the
were old
kickstand.
dudes.
That had the kickstart on the opposite side. But that was like a gnarly dirt bike.
Right. Oso, BSA, Bull Taco, Husqvarna.
Oh my God.
Huskies are still big, that's for sure.
Well, they came back
I mean,
and
there
they're
used to be
KTMs.
Motorcycle Magazine and all these things. You'd sit there as a kid and just
You're right.
peel through them. I remember seeing the old
Right.
Harley dirt bikes
Right.
and enduros.
Yep.
Just crazy.
So we got Harley Adventures saying dealership availability is why I chose Harley over Indian because of a cross-country ride. It gives me peace of mind. Then JJ was saying Indian has a brick and mortar in Sturgis now.
Yeah.
Steve Herod, Dealership Network, agreed. Sodak Motorcycle Blog, he says, I love Gold Wings, but no one matches the dealer support exchange of a Harley. Luckily with a Gold Wing, you probably won't need that.
Well, I was going to say maybe the Indian guy says, well, I don't need a dealer because I don't break down.
Well, I think it's
But,
easier for people to get a Harley and put their own bars on it, put their own do their
So
own
the
little
aftermarket
special
stuff's a little easier.
Yeah, you
Yep.
can't put aftermarket stuff on bars like on a Goldwing, or you have to do. They have stuff now for the Indians, but it's few and far between. It's just different to personalize your bike.
Goldwing's a badass bike.
It's fast,
Yep.
strong, mean, and has
Jeez.
reverse.
Yeah.
And it has reverse. Let's see. ATC Pilot says, ride a BMW and tell me it ain't nice. ...
They're nice,
They're
man.
nice.
And have you seen the new BMW baggers? I mean, we
Yeah.
got to look into those and check that
Right.
out.
Give it a spin at least.
I'd love to do that.
We got Alan Connor. What seats do you guys use on long rides?
So we stick with our Saddleman Slim LS, unless the ladies are on the bike. Then we do the Saddleman Extended Reach Road Sofa, and they use a gel pad as well from Saddleman. But these trips and the majority of our 99% seat is the Saddleman LS Slim.
Yes,
We love it.
that's our go-to. It's got a slimmer. Your legs can reach around the bike easier. You got more room to roam. But we got the support we need.
Hopefully in a year, we'll be able to tell you we like the Highwayman Slim
Right.
with a little different design,
Yeah.
and the Highwayman Road Sofa with a little different design.
Yes.
Yeah. And I have the Saddleman Tuck and Roll Step Up for the soft tail, and that is the most comfortable seat I've ever owned.
I mean, and that's true. You say that often,
Yeah.
so it's not just like.
And I've had like Mustangs on my FXR. I've had older Saddlemans and this and
Yeah.
that, but this new Tuck and Roll is just a game changer for
and you
me.
got the gripper on it.
Yep.
Did you say that?
You did for me.
Yeah.
Then we got the Tool Brothers. I've been following you guys for 2 years now. I'm Papa C. Look good on Kenny's. Oh, he said Papa C. Look good on Kenny's Road Glide. And then Human Being says YouTuber Queen Sit put up a video of a near miss in Sturgis.
Oh, yeah.
Bike came sliding across the lane inches from her front end. We
Saw
saw
that.
I
that.
saw that, and
was
we just
wild.
watched her YouTube today on it.
Yeah, pretty crazy.
Oh my gosh.
Pretty crazy.
Yeah.
And she said the guy got up. And
Yeah.
No, I mean, how did he get up out of that? Because he went right into the weeds?
And it looked
Well,
like
he did the slide, and he didn't do the cartwheel, which the slide is way safer.
Yeah.
luckily in the grass, but if you land on that
Jeez.
bike, I mean, you're in trouble.
Yeah.
David Gomez, hey guys, are you back? Finally got my new American Elite tires. Things have changed a bit here, but hope to see you guys soon.
See
We
you
are
down
back.
the road,
Sir.
David.
And Human Being saying that crash was close. Yeah, looks like a lot of people
In
saw
fact,
that.
it looked like in her YouTube that maybe he caught the other guy's left side bag because they got a bungee to hold it up.
I mean, he went down like fast.
He went
Yeah.
fast, but he looks like he may have just clipped a little bit of that bag.
Could
I
be.
don't know, man.
Could
That
be.
was just gnarly. And that was on the 87. That was up in Needles.
Yep. It looked like he kind of just took it a little too hot, braked at the wrong time, leaned incorrectly, and just lost
Grabbed a
traction.
handful of front brake. and-
Yep, slid out.
I don't even know.
Wild.
Did he grab any brake?
I don't know. Maybe
It
not.
looked like he was going in and just laid it down.
Pancake.
This guy said, I think he did hit that guy's bag.
Yeah.
So, wouldn't doubt it. Luckily, the other, it didn't look like the guy's bag who he hit went down. I'm not quite
No,
sure.
they didn't go down, but
Yeah.
they were. I mean, both the rider in front and the queen. Like, I don't know how either of them didn't go down. It
Yeah.
was like so close on everything.
I know her heart skipped a
Oh
few
my
beats.
God! Can you imagine?
Watching that go by.
But she's an experienced rider, and she didn't freak out, and
Yeah,
she
that's
stayed
for
course.
sure.
I was watching a video yesterday where there was a skateboarder, in the street. He fell, his board went out into the street, and there's this dude on a Harley coming at like not even 30 miles an hour. He didn't even get the chance to hit the board because he snagged that front brake and washed out when he, wasn't there, but be
He
ready
washed
for
out?
be ready for obstacles. I'll
He
say
crashed.
it was
Skateboard went across him.
you could tell he didn't know what he was doing, but it was you got to stay aware of what's going on and
Run
be
over
ready
the
to
goddamn thing.
be ready to react. Let's see. Johnny B. Good says, I just bought the Thrashin' high bend bars and riser setup for my 19 Road Glide from your website after watching you guys talking about how much you love them.
You will
Good
love
man.
them.
You're gonna dig 'em.
Guaranteed. You're going to go, wow.
Was that the order today?
That might have been, well, there was a couple of those, but it might have been, one of the bundles. And then El
This-
Buffalo. What?
There was an order today, and I was going to email the dude or call him and say you may need perch clamps.
Let's see what he, let me double check on that. And then we got El Buffalo going down the fast. He had to hit the ejecto seat button,
Right.
eject seat button. K-Dog 9117. Wish I could have made it to Sturgis, but took a quick last-minute trip to Hawaii to ride with my dad. Maybe next year.
Nice.
That's right
worth
there,
it.
riding with your dad is, Sturgis will be there next year. Riding with your dad is awesome.
Yep.
You can always go back to Sturgis, but see family whenever you can. Let's see. All orders. Let me see if that was him. That was Johnny.
I don't know if his handle's going to be the same.
Yeah.
It's out of Kansas City.
Is it Eric? Could be.
All right. Well, if it is, just take a look. You may need. The Road Glide has 3.5 inch, 3-inch perch clamp, so you need the smaller. You can do a standard Harley Street Glide clamp, or we have perch clamps here.
From Thrashin'.
Yes.
We got Alan Glau. He has a 1992 FLTCH. He's done tires, alternators, starter, clutch, and numerous electrical fixes himself. And he's going to Sturgis from Northern California, or has gone to Sturgis from NorCal, and a bunch of other ride east to west dealerships. But the dealerships don't work on old bikes.
Right. That's
Yeah,
kind of a
that's
bummer,
true.
too. Yeah.
So
You
that's
got
one
to
of
find
those.
the desert doctor.
Yep.
He was in Sturgis.
Well, it's funny. He didn't recognize us at first, and then we gave him a chip. He's like, "Oh, 2Lane."
Yeah.
I've heard people have,
Well, with the older bikes, you go into a dealership, they're not going to have the parts for them. They're not going to stock older parts. So it's a tough thing. The mechanic probably could do something, but if he had the goods.
Yeah. Well, we were lucky with Dom's bike that they actually had a bearing for that wheel,
Right.
because those
Right.
are hard to find.
Huh.
Whiskey University, I feel like I should have done Sturgis this year, seeing as how I was born in '81. Darn it.
Yo, you man,
Oh,
come on.
that would've
Go
been
now.
cool.
There's time.
We got K-Dog. Yes, riding circles in Hawaii never gets old. I had my daughter on the back, so that makes it even more fun.
That's
Awesome.
awesome.
Boom. We're looking at a hour 7.
All right. Well, what do you think, bud?
I think we should.
So let me just read the trip again real quick so that you guys can comment, or those that aren't listening or watching later can comment. So start in Milwaukee, take the ferry, go to Grand Rapids, cruise across the top there, get into Niagara Falls, down to Hartford in Connecticut, over to Newport, Rhode Island, then go up the coast, Portland, Maine, up to Lubec. And I'm wondering if Lubec is the proper terminology.
Lubeck or
Or is it
Lubeck?
Lebec?
Lebec.
It's
Lebec.
L-U-B-E-C.
Maybe it's Lubeck.
So I would like to throw that out there, and you guys give us some comments and ideas.
Also,
We're looking at like the 27th of September that week.
And before that, we're going to end up in a place we've never been, and that'll be kind of a little surprise little journey. We'll stay tuned to that.
You can tell them.
Well, we've never been to the north rim of the Grand Canyon, which you
Right.
got to go through the top side and through the forest, so we might do some cool glamping over there.
So we'll probably do that the first week of September.
Yeah,
Just do a little short 4-day, 3-day run.
right. Hey, I just
Josh,
love
if you're caught
motorcycles.
up on all your videos, you are welcome to join us.
Yeah, I guess we'll find out. Oh, I'll stay up until 6 again, whatever.
He's young; he can do it.
Yep.
Well,
Oh, yeah.
maybe I'm
What?
I am too casual in these chairs. Like I'm just
Yeah, go to sleep, take a nap.
potato head.
See you in the morning. All right, so
Any last comments, and then we'll shut her down.
We just got some See You Down the Roads. Hopefully in Michigan. We got another See You Down the Road from Ty. JJ says, don't miss Marble Canyon.
I love it.
Human Being says, man, you guys need to wrap this up. wrap this up, the wife has been calling me for dinner. So on that note,
And by the way, human being, thank you for, I mean, many of you, but I see a lot of comments on our YouTube videos and the shorts, and just really engaged with it. Ty, all you guys out there, you're awesome.
Yeah, and get your wife to watch the video. The drop that we had yesterday was awesome. The wives are with us. We're ripping around Jackson Hole. Check it out, man. Yesterday's video is awesome. I forgot to tell you to go check it out.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool one. And what do we have dropping next week?
Next week we have the ride from
Jackson
to Island Park, Idaho, and those are.
Whoa.
Let me tell you, at the end of these videos we have the previews for the next video, and usually I'm like, it'll be 15-20 seconds. I throw some clips in there. Don't try to make it look too pretty, so you can see the pretty part in the next drop. It might have been a couple beers, but I was mind blown at the drone shots that we got. I mean, hands down the best
What about
landscape.
that cover you got over the lake? That was sick.
I mean, and the thing with that is I had so many of those because we were chilling there flying that I put them down on the timeline and ordered them, like put them in order. But I was like, I'm gonna only pick 1 out of 6 for this shot, and one. So the preview ended up being like long as hell, but that was just such a small piece of those drone shots, and hopefully you guys get to see those. So
they're gonna see some pretty
So
cool
next
stuff
week's
the next
epic
2
as well.
weeks. Yeah.
So with that being said, subscribe to our website, subscribe to our YouTube channel, tell your friends.
Yeah,
Please tell your friends.
Do it.
and I was gonna say, should we show them Chili Willy one more time?
You can do
Yeah,
whatever
let's
you want.
ring the bell. Let's thumbs up, make a comment. We love your comments.
Well, why don't we close with Chili Willy?
Let's close with Chili Willy.
I mean,
All
tell
right.
your friends. Tell your friends, man. We got some awesome videos coming up. We have videos that are great behind it, forward, every Wednesday. Check it out, and we will.
We're not begging you. We're telling you.
Yeah.
Down the
We
road.
will see you down the road, but
Let's
hey,
close with
where's
Chili
Chili
Willy?
Willy?
And thank you, Steve. Anyway, where is Chili Willy? Let's try and play this. Go
Come on, man. We have too much fade going here. There it is.
Just hold up. And on that note, we will
Boom.
See you down the
Down the road.
end stream. Let's see here.
Boom.